Good morning from the Shasta Pines. Ooh, look at me smooth. All right, it's about 20 minutes before our show comes at 8 o'clock. Mostly packed up. I just got to brush my teeth and get the rest of the stuff packed here. I am looking forward to getting back on trail, although I'm not sure how I feel about this ankle. I don't know that it has gotten is better. I don't know that it's healed as much as I've hoped. Other thing is, really looking forward to Burney Falls today. Burney Falls has kind of been one of the very few places on the trail that from before the trail I was looking forward to getting there. Part of it's closed, but I think we're still going to be able to see it from higher up. So very much looking forward to Burney Falls and getting going. So I'm going to get packed up and we'll be back on trail shortly. We're back exactly where we got picked up. We're several hundred yards down the road from the trail. And I think we're all super stoked to be back on trail hiking again. Yay! Hollywood has a side quest planned. I don't think I'm going to go because I don't even know what it looks like from the movie. But apparently you can see the bridge from Stand By Me. And it's a 4-hour side trek. Or 40 minutes or something, I don't know. So I'm probably not going to do that. I'm headed to Burney Falls. So let's go get to walking before it gets too hot. That's a big old rabbit. This is an interesting sign. 12:33. Just read some comments on Burney Falls, and there's like a general store near the falls. And apparently there's soft serve ice cream. So I'm probably gonna get one of those. I mean, unless it's like McDonald's and the machine's not working. But I have too much food, I think. I guess I'm gonna start eating some of that here in the next day or two to lighten this pack weight and get rid of some food. Alrighty, I am off the PCT now and on the side trail to see Burney Falls. Here's a little bit of a view from the side. I can see where the construction is down below on the opposite side of the falls. But hopefully we can get closer. Well, it is absolutely beautiful. However, it's really hard to get good footage from this distance. Actually, this may be one of the best ones right there. But yeah, it's incredible. I'll have to come back here another time when the bottom trail's back open. You can go closer. Check that out. The daily flows over 100 million gallons. There were too many people there. I had to get out of there. So I went to the general store. There were a ton of hikers there. A lot of them, there were a good bit that I don't think I've ever seen. There were several that I've seen before but don't really know. And then there were a ton of just regular tourists. I went inside, got in line for a soft serve, and I had a soda. The line wasn't moving. There was one lady working. The couple people in front of me were like families of 12 ice creams apiece. I put the soda back and left, so I didn't get an ice cream. I ended up doing just a quick break, had some water, moved some water from my back bottles up to my drinking bottle, and had a snack, and now I'm going back to trail. All right, so my little excursion to Burney Falls, I was off trail for right at 40 minutes, and that's about exactly what Hollywood and Cece were off trail to go look at that bridge earlier. So as I got back to the trail, I started to walk right. I looked left, and there was Hollywood. So I talked to him for about 5 minutes, and she caught up while we were there. They're gonna run over and look at Burney Falls, and then they'll be headed north again as well. All right, we're lower now. I didn't realize this when I took the video from above. It looks like we're actually going to walk across the top of the dam. All right, just a little midday update. It's 1:15. We've gone around 12 miles, and it is hot out here in this open baking sun. I think the high today was like, I don't remember which day was which, but between today, tomorrow, and the next day, the highs were like 103, and 102, I think, for Burney. And we're not like in any significant elevation above Burney right now, so it's a hot one, right at 100 degrees, baking sun and dry. I think we're right at a mile, maybe mile and a half at the most, to the water. And there's some comments that there's a good spot to swim in the cool water. So if it's still this hot when I get down there, I may take a quick cool off. We'll see. Definitely gonna have a lunch break when I get there. All right, and I took a pretty long break down there. Drank some water, got some water, ate lunch. Hollywood and Cece got there, met some other hikers. Man, there are so many people here right now. I've seen at least 20 people at this water source. There was never less than 10 there. Apparently we're in this big bubble. A couple of the people said their last few campsites have had at least 30 tents. So that is not our cup of tea. We pretty much have been mostly by ourselves, and camping by ourselves is kind of preferred. But man, we're just going to see what happens. Yeah, that's what we get for taking a little bit of time off, I guess. A lot of these people have started about the same time we did. I assumed some of the younger ones were later starters and just faster. One of the guys, Ranger, I saw back at the general store, and I kept thinking, man, that guy looks familiar. When Hollywood got here, he's like, oh, did you see Ranger? I'm like, oh, that's who that is. Haven't seen him since Cajon past McDonald's. And I talked to him. He goes, oh my gosh, I kept looking at you back there too, thinking I know that guy, and couldn't figure out who it was. So that's always fun to see people that we haven't seen in over 1,000 miles. It's crazy how we can be so close to people on trail and never see them. All right, it is 5:30 p.m. Just checking in here. I'm done 21 so far. And while we were at lunch, before I left and Hollywood and Cece were still there, we talked about, instead of going to the water and the campsite that we had originally planned, because we're assuming all those crowds of people are going to that area. So we are going to get all of our water for tonight. This next water source, it's 4 miles closer than where we were going to stay. So we'll get water, and then I'm going to start looking for a decent spot. Just because I think it's going to be really crowded today. So it's been a hot afternoon. I've been listening to some music, a new playlist that I downloaded in town, and just grinding it out. 100 degrees, a 10-mile climb. It's about 3,000 feet of elevation gain. It's not been bad. It's just been a grinding kind of afternoon. So I am ready. Hopefully this water is cold. I'm tired of drinking the super hot water out of a hot plastic bottle that I've been drinking for the last few hours. All right, we are sitting on the side of a road. We found DJ in 24 right by the water source. So we stopped here and cooked dinner, and we're gonna eat dinner, get some more water, and then start walking on. It is 6:30 right now, so we still have a few hours before dark. And we've already got 21.5 or so. All right, it is 7:15. We're back to walking. We had dinner with DJ in 24 and sat and talked for a while. And now we're trying to find us a camp spot. Thinking we're just gonna go one or two. So hopefully we can just find a camp spot here shortly and then call it a night. All right, it's 7:35. CC was walking along just fine. I was behind her, started screaming, something stung my leg. We got, I don't know, 30 feet up, and I started to turn around to tell Jake, and he starts screaming. We're in bad shape.
There's like mosquitoes all over us. Right? There's one on your face.
Oh my gosh, it's like I feel like the stinger's not there, but it feels like hornet venom still pumping in my leg. I only got one. Hollywood says he got like 10. You still think you got 10?
I got at least 3.
At least 3? Well, 3 and 10,
Well, yeah,
similar.
wasn't
So, Cece got to walk right through it. She disturbed the nest, and then we paid for it.
You're welcome.
What adventure we have here. Now let's just climb over logs. Why not? All right, we found us a spot here. We're gonna squeeze into right here. We get a good sunset's behind us, so we're probably gonna have a really good sunrise. But Cece says she's getting up at like middle of the night, so forget that. I'm gonna go right here. All right, I am in my tent, eating some snacks since we already ate dinner. It's getting close to dark, so it's about time to go to bed, I guess. So I'll go ahead and tell you now before it gets dark. Have a good night, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.